Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see about open source tool called JulieOps. This is an operation manual for Apache Kafka. This piece of code actually automates the artifacts creation in Kafka. It expects the number of artifacts that should be created. For example, a case equal topic, case frame, or connector in a descriptor in a YAML format. Then you can run this jar file in the CI/CD pipeline where this description will be converted and be created in the Apache plus frame. So in this video, I have Apache Kafka hosted in a Azure environment. This has a cluster, basic cluster, and KSQL cluster as well, and the connector. So we are going to see how you can run the code in MC Studio. First, you need to download it, and you can extract it using open folder. You will be able to get the code like this. And you need to worry about few files. If it's a Visual Studio, then worry about a launch.json file where you need to pass few parameters. One of them is brokers. The detail you will be getting it from here in your free subscription or a paid subscription. You'll be getting a Bootstrap server. It goes there, and the topology file which explains about the number of artifacts that you want to create. For instance, we are creating here KSQL artifacts, KSQL streams, which is explained in this file, and the topic, which is p topic, with its three partitions, and the connector. This connector is actually explained here. It's the data generation connector. So let's go and see the connector in this file, source.dc file. So in order to make the connector work, I have compiled the JulieOps code and checked in here, one-to-one Azure JulieOps, where you will find the entire modified code for which makes this connector working as this one. So where you can give the, for example, if you create a file, for example, I have a connector here. This connector has some settings, right? This one I can get it by this way, right? I have a connector called data generation connector. Now I'll do one more get in order to get the configurations. Now, so the first step, you go and manually create it in the lawyer. For example, dev connection, you can make it. After that, what you can do is you can copy the entire configuration file, right? So you can copy it here. There's no difference. So if you want to create them, you need to give a name for it. Then accept everything else is same, right? So this piece of code is for creating a connector, and for creating a case stream, you can have. This is explained this one, right? So the simple.yaml file is an entry point where it will see the number of artifacts should be created, and the connectivity details are in this file, like the properties file. It actually connects to our Azure hosted Kafka node and creates this artifacts, right? So this needs few parameters to be set. One is Bootstrap server, and that has the username and password. That you can get it this way. I will show you side by side how you can get that and what does this file look like. Right? I'll open configure. If you go to cluster settings, you will get the Bootstrap server, which goes there. For API keys, you can go to API and add a key. This key is actually this one is actually this key, right? Then the password actually then you generate it, you will be able to provide it. So that is it about the Bootstrap server. where you can create topics and ACL. And to connect KSQL, you can go to KSQL cluster and go to settings. This is the URL which has to go here. Right? And the username and password, in order to create them, you need to download Confluence CLI and you need to log in. Once you install the Confluence CLI in the Ubuntu or Docker, you have to log in into the Confluent. Then it provides you we are using no browser, so it provides a URL where you need to copy it to your browser and you will get a code out of it. That code you need to paste it. So this is what it is. So I have pasted the code. After that, once you pasted the right code, then you'll get a API key. So this API key is actually going there. Right? And this thing is to connect for the connectors. So this URL where you get it is your connectors. Okay, this is actually you'll get it from here, right? This whole thing is from this environment, this cluster that has to go there. That URL straight goes there, and then so you can have multiple servers as well, but here we are having one in Azure, so we will say it's a connect 0. This is being referred in. You need to have this connect 0, right? That is a prefix that you should keep it before the subname, and this credentials, right? Where you get this credentials, you need to go to client APIs, and you get this one. So this one goes here, and that's it. So you're ready to run this tool. So I have explained you. This is where is the entry point is here. So launch.json is the entry point where I'm giving the token name, the topology file name, and the connection. So connect. We assign to this Java file. Connect to this place and run this file, right? So if you're using Visual Studio again, then it is pretty easy at home. Then you open any Java file, which actually gives you run file, right? So once you run this one, this last output is being stored in the cluster state file. So if the value is successful, then it will say that okay, these are the things that are available in the server. This is the cluster state. Now we're going to delete them and make sure it is running fine. Then I'm going to connectors, delete this connector, delete this connector, then delete the case stream as well. Go to stream and drop it. So I'm going to drop the. Now we go back to the tool. So this is example of running this local and debug them. For connector, I have added a few code. Basically, that's why I have saved them in a different place. The place is baron 121, Azure JulieOps. So we considered even having the Terraform provided by Confluent, but now Terraform script is providing access to connectivity to the KSQL provider. So to automate the K-stream creation, we are using JulieOps. And I'm going to run this one like this, and then it will say where is the entry point. When I say command, then it takes the jar file and run it. The same way you need to run the jar file. We can run it in Docker, but to make it very simple, we have run the way I'm running it local. I have it in CI/CD as well. So let them run it. Meanwhile, we will see how the CI/CD pipeline in Azure looks like. So this CI/CD pipeline actually downloading the jar file from the artifact directory in Azure. Then we are keeping this example, this YAML files and extra files, connectivity files in a folder. Then we run the jar file this way. We're providing the jar, program, everything. Then let's do boom. It creates it. And I think it's been successfully done. Now let's go back and see whether the application connectors are being created. I will just refresh it. Yeah, it's been created. Connector. Let's go and get the connector. Yeah, it's done. So let's create another connector. For example, if you want to create another one, you can create it manually and use this path to get the connector. Then you can use reuse the configurations so that it'll be quite easy to do that, right? So that's it about the tool. So this tool is helping us to automate the case SQL creation. For example, if a project team comes in, instead of project team comes in asking a project a topic, by using this one and running them in CI/CD, this makes automation beautiful. You don't have to wait for someone to come and give you provision or something. And also, if you want to move the code from the development to the higher environment, this can be done in multiple places, and it's a zero proof feature. Now let's go back and see a little bit in the code um, where I have fixed something as well. Let's put a breakpoint and see. Before that, before running it again, let's go and delete the cluster state file. Also go back to the connector and delete usings, right? Right now, I have modified them into just for creation, not for the updation, but probably in near future. But this UI is not updated. We are getting this 200 with the result. Let's see again. Okay, SQL D. Let's run it again. Refresh it and see. Okay, inside the cluster, we have a stream. Let's delete the stream now. Let's let it debug it and see clients. Okay, it's visible now, so let's delete that. Clients, go to settings, delete connector. It's deleted now. So go back and let's put breakpoints and see. We are worried about the KSQL artifact manager and Kafka artifact manager. Let's go inside. So this is where, right, our code files are getting, our connector files are getting converted into a JSON file, right? So I think I have modified this one, beautiful file. Let's do it. I have not modified that. Let me go to the. So for connector creation, it actually goes to a. It's using a REST API connectivity. So we have a REST API connectivity that is stretch up there. This is the one. So here previously it was doing the old code was calling do get, but we are doing do post, right? So I'm doing this one. Let's put a breakpoint. Okay, this is where we get a response back. Whether the response is not 100, I mean, greater than 100, greater than 200, meaning 200 is successful and 201 is inserted, right? So if it is 500, then we'll throw that error. Anything between this one, we'll throw an error. I have taken the breakpoint and I'm going to put a breakpoint in here as well. So we are reading the file and we are returning the Kafka artifact. So So this is where the connector lives. SQL connector in connector perspective, get cluster state. This will get the cluster state, but add is the one is actually adding the data. So here I have made a change where, for example, there is a filter happening somewhere here, which actually looks for the config, and now I'm going to return whatever the configuration is available in that file. I'm just returning it so that it actually reads the file as is. It's not filtering it for config, right? So that's one thing. That's the only thing I have done it in to make this connector work, and I'm calling to post instead of to put. We are not updating anything on the connector. We are just recreating. For example, if you are deleting them, then if, for example, if you want to make some changes, then you ask the administrator delete them in the server, and you come back and recreate it, right? That is otherwise, if the creation is successful in dev, then it should go as is to the higher environment, right? I think that's all I have. Let's run this one and see. You can debug them. So try if it comes through. Here I go. So I'm explaining only for creating a connector. The topic creation and KSQL creations are working as is, so that's why I'm not expanding. But the connector was not. I had a challenge. That's why I have changed something on the code. So it's saying for the connectors, right? It actually reads this value from the file. For example, this one, this file, but sorry, configuration. It actually looks for this one, platform that's our document. So it's asking for the name, and you can name is this one, and the config is the empty thing. It has read the file. Now we are going to create them, right? The content, it's not going to be valid. We should be remove this one. You're just sending the map, the whole thing again. It's saying, yeah, here I have, it was previously to put and now it's to post. The URL is actually read from the place. The empty URL is actually just URL. It works from the Postman as well. It is pretty easy to find out. The whole URL, it actually for the tail and the username and password. And now I'm going to say it's okay, we'll post it. It's going to come here into the URI, and it's going to wait for the response for some minutes. So the response is the body become this way. The response is 201, so it's happy pass. I think I have explained everything. So I've shown you how you can run them in the Visual Studio. The critical piece to debug this operation is to have these arguments and these values, and running them. Once you have this one, you'll have a jar file, right? I have told you about this. The state, this cluster state file, we have to delete it. Otherwise, if you delete it in the server, and if it is not deleted here, then this is the reference file for this code, and it will not, it will mismatch, right? Then Here I have made few changes from the original thing. For example, we can but it's fine. So you can take a reference. This code is available as well. And that's all. Thank you.